you referenced it a few times today, that after Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated, that the DC riots erupt. What are some of your memories of that day and those days?
Well, to look out my window and see the capital of the nation on fire was, well, that made an immediate impact. I mean, the place was stricken. People were in tears, and I'm sure that was true across the city. It was difficult to believe. You knew Washington was going to go off. I mean, there wasn't any doubt in my mind. I mean, this is before you could see the smoke.
And this is in the wake of the Watts riots in '66 in LA.
I mean, there was plenty of pressure.
Jersey riots in '67.
And this one was the grandpappy of them all. So the first thing that happened is my wife was at a junior high in Northeast Washington. That was my first concern, but you couldn't get through on the telephone. Telephone lines were completely jammed. And so I spent an anxious 6 or 7 hours before she got out. And she was driven out by a group of her fellow teachers who were black, and driven to my folks' place in Rockville, because we lived in Prince George's County. So for me to get home, or for her to get home, we had to go right through the heart of the riot. But my folks lived in Rockville, so we had a refuge in Northwest. And so she got out. They drove her to the apartment. And I was sort of convoyed out. I went out with a group of people, and there were National Guard and policemen at the square. And there were a limited number of buses available, but some of us had cars. And I had a car, and so I joined a line of traffic that went up the Mass Avenue. And, and it was a mixture of cars, buses, vans, service vehicles. I mean, everybody. The police wanted to clear the city. I mean, that's the only way they can deal with that kind of riot where things are going up in flame. They didn't want to have their attention diverted by having to protect on the ground and immediately thousands of people. I mean, the best way to control it was get the bystanders out of there, and that's what they did. And that's what we ended up rendezvousing at my parents' apartment. We got there, and my dad's not there. Carol was there. My dad's not there. Well, where's Horace? Well, Horace has this reputation of getting involved. Well, my dad said, well, this is pretty heavy shit. I guess I got to go see what's happening. So he left the National Labor Relations Board and walked east beyond the Capitol with all this chaos and stuff going on around him. And that's not even the most amazing part of it. He decided, well, it's, here's the riot, I've seen it. It's time to go home. And he got a cab. To this day, nobody in the family understands how he got a taxi cab. And he arrived by cab.
Wild. What did he have to say about what he saw and experienced?
Oh, he said, boy, it's tough down there. There are people that are getting hurt, maybe killed. Things are burning. It's close to the Capitol. And my wife said, God, you suppose Stewart Junior High is burned to the ground by now? That's where she was teaching. And, and, you got, remember, there's no instant communication, see? So there's no cell phone. It's a different world. So after making sure your family's okay, then you make sure your close friends' families are okay. And that's why the phone lines were so jammed. See, they didn't know my dad had just flagged down a taxi in the middle of the riot, right? Driven out of town in a taxi cab. I suppose if you're a World War I veteran, you've seen combat. And, I mean, you know, and he certainly saw that. I suppose that helps, you know, helps you deal with the situation. I don't know. But yeah, he arrived by cab.